first case. The mind and heart will come later. Okay, could you make it? This chart, you have this chart in your handouts at page 4. Okay, this is a Prashna that was made by a lady about her father's health. Okay. Now, the question was whether her father's health is going to improve or not. Her father had just had a heart attack. So, which is the house? Which is the Prashna Bhava? Father, 9th house. Subject topic, what was the topic about? Health. Which is the house for health? 6th, 8th, how about some 8th house? Right? 6th house, 8th house. 6th house is for what? What is the difference between the 6th house and the 8th house in matters of disease? Chronic disease. Why? Because it is nija dosha, your own flaws, your own faults.
That's the 8th house?
That's the 8th house. 8th house has to do with disease as a consequence of your own sins. Too much of alcohol, you have liver problems. Is that from outside or is that from inside? Somebody shoots a gun at you, no, that's not your fault. Somebody shot you. You got lead inside, so you have to be operated and lead has to be removed. So that is 6th house. Agantuka, from outside, external causes. You went to drink water, you see, you traveled to India, you took water from the tap in your hotel and drank it. You did so in good faith, but you are in hospital because your stomach has all sorts of parasites in it.
Okay, well, are we talking about a fine line on chronic?
So chronic, generally, it translates to chronic disease in the 8th house and disease which causes suffering, mental suffering of physical level pain, which is external, which you can't explain. Yeah, where your sins are being, where your shadripu is going, that is 6th house.
Okay, but now the chronic, you're saying the chronic is 6th?
Now chronic, normally chronic comes from the 8th because your sins don't wash easy. So it takes time, 20 years of suffering. So then that's chronic.
That's 6th.
That's 8th.
8th.
Yeah. And 6th house is also disease, agantuka, external sources. So 8th house is nija. The word nija means myself. Nija dosha, doshas arising out of my own self. 6th house is agantuka. Agantuka means external, other causes. And there is one more which I am not getting into now, which is the badhak. Agantuka adrishta. That is outside, but you can't see it. It is something very terrible. Please, others getting. So let's be clear on these issues and let's get back to the topic. I want to know whether the desire to know is genuine or not in this chart. It is genuine. Why is it genuine? The first house doesn't have any planets in it and Jupiter is the Lord. I don't even have to think. It's a very genuine question. 7th house, is the intention good or bad? Intention is not good. Normally you would say it's not good because Saturn is there, but then check up. Is the question related to this planet over here?
Yeah.
So then it's disease. The question is pertaining to disease and that planet Saturn is indicating disease. So this is not a bad Saturn then. No, whatever it be. No, it is the question. Let us say Mars was here. Let us say the question was pertaining to disease and you find Mars over here. Then you will say the intention is not good. Because Mars is nothing to do with disease. And what's it doing in the 7th house? Property. The person wants to know whether this person will die soon so that she gets property. Not a good intention, not a good way to think. The heart is not clean. Two principles. The heart or the intention is not clean. If the 7th house has a malefic planet which has nothing to do with the question that has been asked. So here Saturn is in the 7th house, but Saturn is a significator of diseases. So this Saturn is not a bad Saturn, because it is the Karaka for the question. It becomes the most important planet in the chart. The Karaka is the most important planet. The Karaka must be strong, well placed, well aspected. Okay? Now, I want you people to help me in making a prediction. The 9th house is the house of the father. Is Saturn aspecting the 9th house by Graha Drishti?
Yes.
Remember one important thing in Prashna called desire. Graha Drishti is desire. The desire can lead to a result. Somebody wants something very badly, often God may give it. These grahas give it to you, provided you want it good enough. There are two things between getting something. A strong desire can lead you to it. So if there is a Graha Drishti, that means a strong desire is there. If there is Rashi Drishti, then it is automatically happening. Okay, number one. Is Saturn aspecting the Lagna by Rashi Drishti? So the first thing to check is whether the Karaka is aspecting the Prashna Lagna. If it is so, the chances are that it will succeed. That means he will live. Okay, the health will improve. 2. Saturn has got a Graha Drishti on 9th house. So the Prashna Karta was asking, this is the Prashna Bhava, 9th house. Saturn is aspecting the 9th house by Graha Drishti. So the desire, the person who is making this question has a desire that the disease of her father will go away. The disease related to the father must go away. That is a Graha Drishti, a desire. So that means you can say that Saturn sitting in this house in the Prashna is promising good health and is guaranteeing good health for father, for self and for mother. Where is Saturn aspecting? 9th house, 1st house and 4th house. So Saturn by its Graha Drishti is telling, okay, I shall fulfill your desire. How does Saturn say I will fulfill your desire? By having a Rashi Drishti on the Lagna. Rashi Drishti on Lagna of the Karaka is very important. It confirms that, okay, I will fulfill what you want. Second, what will you fulfill? It is having a Graha Drishti on the father. So I will promise good health for father. A Drishti on the Lagna, I promise good health for you. And a Drishti on the 4th house, so promise good health for the mother. So can we say confidently that the person will become okay? We'll come to that. We'll come to that. So does it promise good health? Prashna Bhava. Why are we looking at the 6th house? The Lagna Lord. Now we have finished with the Karaka. The Karaka we have got a very positive answer. The Karaka is guaranteeing no matter what I am going to cure the person, because that is the most important. Okay. Next, the Lagna. Is the Lagna Lord in one of the houses of disease? And is it strong?
Yes.
So the Lagna Lord is very strong in exaltation. It's in the house of disease. So that means there is a connection between the Lagna and a house of disease. The connection between the Prashna Lagna and the Karya Bhava. Karya means where the job is to be done. If I want to buy a car,